Just wanted to talk, that's all.
Just wanted to talk, that's all. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's interesting. When you cover baseball every day, like I do, you start to notice trends, right? And when the Yankees were losing, all the different radio shows, all the different content creators, MLB, everybody was trying to capitalize on it, putting out tons of Yankee stuff. And they won yesterday, or the day before yesterday. And then yesterday, there's nothing, not a peep, right? So everybody goes silent. But those of us who live and die with this team know that just because the Yankees won a game, that the panic didn't stop, right? We're still diehard fans, and we still want this team to compete much more thoroughly than they have been. So I'm sure a lot of you had the Yankees on your mind yesterday. I did too. Listen, this is a very big series against a team that has kicked our asses over the last decade. Going back to Masahiro Tanaka's wildcard game back in 2015, the Astros have been our daddy. No doubt about it. Tip your cap. Call him your daddy. But the Yankees must summon whatever pride they have left, whatever baseball fundamentals lie dormant within their DNA, and they need to win this series, and they need to win it convincingly. And it's not going to be easy because the Astros are such a damn good team. Now, they have not been playing great lately, but Alvarez having a great year. I mean, you got Hunter Brown pitching tonight. He's no joke. Hopefully the off day after the kind of win that they had the other night, a tight game, hopefully it relieved the pressure valve a little bit. Hopefully the Yankees now have an established closer, David Bednar, who seems like he's got just the right mentality for that. And, you know, if they come out tonight and they play well and they win a game where they're underdogs, I think it could do a lot for this team's confidence, right? Facing off against Hunter Brown, the Yankees are throwing a rookie who is making his biggest start of his career, Cam Schlittler, who we'll talk about in a minute. I'll spotlight him. You got Aaron Judge back. He's DHing. In fact, we should take a look at the lineup real quick. So you got Trent Grisham leading off. Trent Grisham's been one of our more clutch hitters all year. We got to talk more about that. Ben Rice batting second at first base. Aaron Judge in the DH spot. Batting third, still no Giancarlo. I feel bad for him, but he can't run. What do you want to do? He can't play the outfield. Cody Bellinger is in right. Jazz Chisholm is at second base. Jason Dominguez is in left field. Anthony Volpe is at shortstop. Ryan McMahon is at third base, and Austin Wells is behind the dish. Austin Wells, low-key, been a disappointment this year, in my opinion. And Cam Schlittler on the mound. Who will talk more about that? We got a bunch of voicemails to take. We got some comments on David Bednar, on Jazz Chisholm, not running down the line. We got some thoughts on Hal Steinbrenner and whether or not he would actually clean house if the Yankees get bounced or if they don't make the playoffs entirely. I want to first talk about Cam Schlittler, though, because this is the guy that I'm looking forward to watching tonight. I love watching young pitchers pitch, especially when they have 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. Now, he's made 4 starts in the major league so far, and you're seeing the difference between major league and minor league hitters, right? In the minor leagues, he had a 2.82 ERA. He was dominating. So far in the major leagues, 4.58 ERA. He is striking out more than a batter per inning. He's got 21 strikeouts in 19 2/3 innings. But I think he would tell you he's not thrilled with the 11 walks. And I know that Yankees fans, along with Schlittler and the Yankees team, would prefer less than 5 home runs in 19 2/3 innings. That's a lot of home runs to give up. So clearly, hitters are attacking his fastball, which is pretty good. He averages 97.8 miles an hour with it. Now, he's not qualified in terms of StatCast rankings, but you can see some stuff. And obviously, this stuff with more innings will round into a more steady position. One start here or there can throw off these numbers. But so far, the fastball velocity is elite. The chase percentage, whiff percentage, strikeout percentage, all solid. The walk percentage, not where you want it to be. Ground ball percentage, below average. What surprises me is that he is 6'6". I mean, this guy is a massive human being, but his extension is still below league average. I expected him, when I looked at this page, I was like, I bet his extension is top 10% in the league at worst. That could be a thing where the Yankees might be able to improve if he's able to get more extension with that fastball being as fast as it is, you get a little bit closer to the plate. That gives the hitter a little bit less time. Something I want to see from him tonight is throwing that curveball more early in the count. I want to see him get strikes, like strike one with the curveball, and then use the fastball to pick up strike two or strike three, or use the slider for strike three. To me, the slider he's been trying to throw early in the count is not a strike pitch. It is a swing and miss pitch when you're guarding against the fastball. The curveball is not a swing and miss pitch. It's something that he doesn't have, that he can't throw consistently, but I've seen him drop it in for a strike on numerous occasions. If he can dial that in, where he's dropping that curveball in early in the count, okay, and then maybe get strike two with the fastball, strike three, possibly either with fastball or a slider, I think he'll have more success. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do as his career develops. I think he's the real deal. But again, you're seeing the adjustment from the minor leagues to the major leagues. Wasky Polino says we need that curveball to work today. Yes, the secondary pitches for him have not been the best. Joseph Bazarnik says maybe the next Randy Johnson. He's been not bad. Well, Randy Johnson was 4 inches taller. I guarantee Randy Johnson's extension was like top 1% in baseball history, and he threw 100 miles an hour. For a long time, Randy Johnson couldn't control his pitches. It wasn't until later in his career that he became much more of a command pitcher, and that was when he learned to dial his fastball down a little bit. And that was, dialing it down to 96, 97, okay? And he was able to control it, and he had that wipeout slider. Johnson's a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's a 300-game winner. Just to compare him to Cam Schlittler is, at this point, absurd. But Schlittler does have that big, tall frame, right? And for pitchers, that can be extremely useful. It's intimidating. You get up there, you got this guy on a mound, and he's also super tall. It can, throwing from different angles. Now, one thing that made Randy very difficult is that lefties, he was untouchable, because he threw at like a 3/4 angle. And so if you're in there as a lefty, he was releasing the ball with his wingspan behind you and basically throwing it into the strike zone. And, the fastball would have to come that way, but then also the slider would sweep. So that's one thing that made him just unhittable, and he just dominated lefties. So, when Randy Johnson came to town, a lot of lefties would sit. I always appreciated that Don Mattingly would continue to play. He was not afraid. All right, let's take some voicemails here. Reaction. Here's a call.
Hey, Derek, Shane from Miami. For all you baseball fanatics, I highly suggest you watch MLB Central. Every morning comes on between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Mark DeRosa, who is coach of Team USA and hands down the best baseball insider out there. Here's his take on Bednar. I had him on my team. He wears his heart on his sleeve, cares more about the team than himself, just wants to win. You want this guy on your ball club.
You love to hear
Sounds
it.
like a Yankee closer to me.
You love to hear it. I mean, just watching him, I see a guy who's got better body language than we've seen from Devin Williams, and Devin Williams, I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's obviously got more talent in his pinky than I have in my whole body, but he's not a closer, especially not for the Yankees. He doesn't have, it's just obvious. He doesn't have whatever it is that makes closers, elite. Where it's more than stuff. There's like a certain gumption is almost the right word, that you got to have a swagger. He doesn't have that. You can tell he's just not confident. Here's
Hey,
Teddy.
Derek. Teddy Mo from Brooklyn here. Check this out. Going forward, I would use a combination of Devin Williams and Luke Weaver as an opener. Now, check this out. That velocity and change-up combination at the beginning of the game would be tough for anybody. You could probably get 4 to 4.5 innings out of those two guys. I would normally start Williams because he has that air bender, but he sometimes loses the strike zone. So I would start off with Weaver. He can give you 2, and then Williams could give you 2. And that's better than a third. That's like a third starter for us. What do you think about that?
It's not the worst idea I've heard. Like, if you've got to win a game, I mean, I would have no problem pitching Devin Williams in the first inning, right? I mean, he does walk a lot of guys, like you said, but I don't think the pressure would get to him in the first inning. And Luke Weaver, if he can go a couple of innings, and then the back end of the bullpen, you got Bednar and Doval. I don't hate it in a spot like rather than going to, like, let's say somebody gets hurt, right, and you got to go to Alan Winans or something. I would much rather see the scenario that you put out there. Got a call here about Jazz.
Hey, Derek. I'm a long-time listener. My name's Daniel from Connecticut.
Hi, Daniel.
I just wanted to share my observation of the lack of hustle we've seen from Jazz lately. My dad likes to hate on him for being too flashy and cocky, but as a younger listener, I do like his celebrations and stuff. But something that I'll not tolerate on the Yankees is jogging and just looking like he doesn't want to be here. I mean, obviously we know Boone doesn't have the balls to bench him, and quite honestly, we can't afford to bench his bat right now. But this is just bad. We're just free-falling, and a lack of hustle is not going to help it. I mean,
Man, I appreciate the call. Yeah, I think Jazz is one of those guys who, the 70% approach actually works for him because it's going to keep him healthy. He turns it on the speed when he needs to. I haven't really noticed him not running down the line that much in situations where it would matter. I mean, he hits a ground ball to first base. He's not going to beat it out, right? But typically, like, out of the box, he's hustling. I feel like, I don't know, I could be wrong on this. I haven't really noticed it being a problem. And like I said, I want him healthy. And so Jazz at 70%, if he has to just kind of take it easy a little bit at times, just to stay on the field, I can live with that. It's like I don't want Giancarlo sprinting, right? Jazz tends to get hurt a lot. Here is Raekwon.
Hi, Derek. How you doing today? This is Raekwon calling. I just want to say that even though we won the game last night on a go-ahead homer from Goldie, I still think that if I'm Hal, I need to say to myself, if I want to get back to being on top, getting back to having dynasties that you saw growing up, then as Hal, you have to take a step back. You have to clean house. I get it. Cashman's been around for damn near 3 decades, but it's time for him to go, and it's time for Boone.
I appreciate the call, man. Would Hal actually clean house? I think if the Yankees miss the playoffs, there's a non-zero chance that Boone is gone. I think Cashman will be allowed to finish his contract and then retire in his own way. But I don't trust Cashman to hire the next manager, right? I mean, he's the one who hired Boone. So, anyway, let's do our weekend picks real quick. All right, so just a reminder to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code FOUL. That's code FOUL for new customers to get $200. It's $200 now. Bet $5 and you will get $200 in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. So check that out. And typically when I make these predictions, I'll get a few of them right. I don't always get all of them. I don't think I've gotten all of them yet. Last weekend we got several right. This week, Aaron Judge back at Yankee Stadium. I think he's going to sit on a fastball away, and I think he's going to poke one into the right field seats, maybe up into the right field bleachers or the bullpen. I think he's going deep, and I think he's doing it tonight, maybe even first at bat. He's been injured. The fans haven't seen him go deep in a while. He's got 37 home runs. He's fallen behind in the home run chase. I think it's time for him to get hot again. Aaron Judge hitting a home run this weekend is prediction number 1. Prediction number 2, Cody Bellinger, who is in right field tonight and protecting Aaron Judge in the lineup batting 4th, has been swinging the bat very well. Even in this past series, I thought he hit some balls just right on the screws. I think he's still going to be hot having a day off. He's still sniffing that big contract after the season, especially if the Yankees kind of fall out of it. It could be a situation where he maybe takes advantage of, a hot streak and gets, there are times when if a player's going to be a free agent and a team has fallen out of it, they'll let that player go to a contender just before September 1st. It's like the waiver deadline, I think it's called. Anyway, if he continues to play well and the Yankees fall out of it, that could be something. He could be somebody that teams are interested in. And then you sign him as a free agent. You don't have to offer the qualifying offer. I would love to have Cody Bellinger back. I think he's a really reliable player, great athlete, great defender, clutch hitter. I want him back. Jason Dominguez getting 4 hits in the series, and I think he's going to get a couple of more stolen bases. He has been running great on the bases. He stole a run the other day. And Anthony Volpe, I think, is going deep in this series. He had been red hot with the home runs, quietly has heated up with the bat, and I think he's going deep in this series. In fact, maybe even tonight. Look for the high fastball from Hunter Brown, and if he gets a good piece of it, he could go deep. All right, let's do the boilerplate stuff from DraftKings, and then back to wrap it up.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
I think Ben Rice should catch. I think Ben Rice should be our catcher, and Paul Goldschmidt should be our first baseman for the foreseeable future, because the combination of Rice and Goldschmidt, I think, is more dangerous offensively than the combination right now of Rice and Wells. And I get that you got a right-handed pitcher on the mound, but Goldschmidt's a professional hitter. He can hit righties. I know his stats have not been as good against righties, but I still trust him as a hitter. And Austin Wells, let's just be honest, has been a disappointment this year. Yeah, he's had some power. He's driven in some runs. He just hasn't been consistent. And I trust Ben Rice as a hitter. I mean, I know that he's been a little bit unlucky, but at least he consistently hits the ball hard and looks like a dangerous hitter. Let him catch. Let him catch. Cal Raleigh has proven that you can put up good offensive numbers as a catcher. Let Ben Rice try it, and then let Paul Goldschmidt get some more at-bats at first base. Let Austin Wells hit his way into the lineup, right? He has not hit enough to be just granted the starting catcher job. I'm sorry, and he's not that great defensively. He's a good framer. I can't name many other things he does well. He doesn't seem like his head is totally in the game all the time. Anyway, Ryan McMahon, I think, has done a nice job. He is in there at third base tonight. I enjoy watching him play defense. I feel like he has really solidified the third base spot defensively. He has not hit a home run yet as a Yankee. Watch for him to go deep this weekend, too. He's kind of like my bonus pick. All right, final call here.
What's up? It's Tony from New York. Cashman, I was thinking about it the other day when we were playing the Marlins and then the Rangers. We traded for Jazz Chisholm. We needed him, but we gave him Augustin Ramirez, and he kicked our ass. And then we played the Rangers, traded for Joey Gallo. Oh, Joey Gallo, it's nukes, this, that. Strikes out every other fucking at-bat. It's unbelievable. Cashman loves to get these guys that strike out every other at-bat instead of baseball. Single, steal a base, double. Now home run, home run, home run. You look at our lineup, Jazz Chisholm wants to hit 70 home runs. Aaron Judge.
All right, I'm going to stop you. So I appreciate it. It goes on for a while. He's not happy with Cashman and some of the trades. It does sting to watch guys like Jesus Ramirez come back and just, crush us. Offensively, like he did with the Marlins this weekend. And, guys like Josh Smith that we traded as part of the Gallo deal, tearing it up. It happens, but definitely not a couple of the trades that Cashman will put in his highlight reel. Anyway, Willard says, no disrespect, but Yankees are lucky that Yordan isn't in the lineup. You're 100% right. I'm not going to disagree with you. Been having a great year. Dante says, I missed your comment. I saw it. Your comment was about McMahon. I saw it after I mentioned it, so I didn't read it. But Dante, Nostra Dante, who has had a number of correct predictions, predicting McCann goes deep in this series. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you tonight after the game. Reminder, no TK. He's going to be back on Sunday, but I will be back with you after the game tonight. Hopefully the Yankees can pick up a dub, and hopefully Cam Schlittler can get it done. I'll see you next time. If you made it this far, do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join our community. You can also be a part of the show by calling in at 718-899-1068. Also, part of the way that we maintain and fund all of this is through NYYDesigns.shop. Check it out now. Get all sorts of fun Yankees merch, hats, hoodies, zip-ups, beanies, mugs, you name it. We've got it. Check it out, NYYDesigns.shop. And check out Pinstripe Territory on all your favorite podcast platforms. We are the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We're here for post-game shows after every single game, and we're here before a lot of games to talk about the game, preview the lineup, the pitching matchups, and things like that. And we're here all off-season to talk about the latest in Yankees rumors, news, etc. Join our community. We'll see you next time.